Okay, I'm not going to bother with the preamble. Let me just turn my volume down a little bit because I have changed with my filters. No opposite to depression, universal constant, universe is expiring like a certain overlord's galactic imperium. We hope, we can hope, though annoyingly, very, very annoyingly, Stellaris just announced a new DLC coming up for the 7th anniversary, which is all about like Paragon rulers and leaders. So thankfully that one looks like it's a story pack more than anything else. Unfortunately, it's also coming with a huge number of changes to, well, a few changes to war, the ground combat. That's changing. There's going to be apparently dozens upon dozens of new traits for leaders, so that's going to be fun. And it's all going to happen, and it's going to be released 2 days before Crusader Kings 3 Tours and Tournaments, and 3 days before Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So we better enjoy Stellaris while we can, because this is not coming back for any time soon. It may be that we end up with version 3.9 or even version 4 before this comes back on the stream, unless there's a huge major change to my situation. But let's get back into it. So yeah, unfortunately haven't been able to stream for the past 2 weeks because my brain just decided to give me a good depressive episode, and I really did not feel like streaming. Unfortunately, I just did not have the energy, I did not have the enthusiasm, so rather than do a lackluster half-hearted job, I just decided I'm going to take the time, I'm going to rest and recuperate, and I'm going to come back when I'm a bit better and do streams. So yeah, no streams over the past 2 weeks. But the good news is I've got next week completely free, because in the UK we have 2 bank holidays in May, one at the beginning of the month, one at the end of the month. And this year, because of the coronation, we are actually getting a 3rd bank holiday in May. So essentially I'm going to have like 10 days completely free to do an absolute ton of streaming. So I'm still working on the schedule. I'm hoping that we'll actually be able to get Stellaris done and dusted. How far we're going to go in, I don't know, because we are about halfway through. The end game date is the year 3000, and I think I had it that the end game crisis could start up at year 2700. So we're about 250 years off that, and 550 years off the game completely ending. But for the moment, I think we should probably just have a look and see what the absolute chaos the universe is at. Because naturally, red are enemies or hostile fleets, yellow are neutral fleets, and blue are friendly fleets. So we can see here there's a lot of red and there's a lot of blue, because apparently the war that I started against Minimar Specialist Industries, obviously they brought in their vassals and the Holy Zukakan Confederacy, I keep on forgetting how to pronounce this one, was brought in because they guaranteed independence. So unfortunately it was all of those guys versus what I thought was just going to be me. And then at the end of the last stream, I noticed that not only did I have allies, I have so many allies that there's a bloody scroll bar. For it. So it's essentially the Democratic Kresh Alliance, who I'm probably going to need to nestle up to and be friends with. They're the ones that came to my rescue for some reason. Honestly, I don't know why. I don't know who came in and said that they need to join this war as my ally, but I want to thank them. So unfortunately, asked to join the Federation. So unfortunately, we've got a bunch of people who've declared us a rival. So we need to do something with that. And I think the first thing is probably going to be so let me have a look. Okay, Misharan Trading Consortium, no, we need that one. So let's do improve relations here. And somehow, with all of this chaos going on, we are still just about winning. However, I'm expecting this entire stream to just be managing this bloody war, because it's going to take so long. Why are we in breach of orbital bombardment? That's fine. I don't really need to deal with that one. So our war goal is... Ah yes, we want to make MSI our tributary. We want to we want to basically invert the situation that we were at and turn them into one of our vassals. So you have territory here, which is partially occupied by the Matok sovereignty. We've got this one up here, and then these are, I believe, your vassals. So yes, Silicon Core, Minimar Specialist Industries. But you do have quite the station here though. And okay, I may need to fiddle with my settings because I can hear myself breathing on the microphone. So I may need to fiddle with that in a moment, but if it is coming through, please let me know, because I have tried to change things a little bit to stop myself from having words arbitrarily cut off. And yeah, got that charisma, famous. Right, so where would this send us? Okay, it would send us through here, so we probably just need to go through and navigate that section. Okay, we do have one building ready to be upgraded here. I'll have a look at that one in a moment. And also from you, Lucas World, how's day? Sun decided to stay hidden where you're at. Yeah, we have had some volatile weather. We have had a bit of volatile weather with things kind of going up and down and who knows what else. Okay, that was probably a bad idea because I can see all of these fleets massing here now. And moving on there was probably a bad idea. So increase the speed and then we can hopefully move back in a moment. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we are back. Positive for the energy, just about. And oh my goodness, okay, we are going to have a lot of yeah, this is going to be tricky. This is definitely going to be tricky. Okay, technology researched. Yeah, this is probably ones where I'm just going to be going sure, whatever, though apparently we have gone forever without the gas extraction well, so I'm going to grab that one. Okay, yeah, we are going to get absolutely slaughtered there. So I'm actually going to change it and move you guys up and... Oh, you can actually... Oh, you do a jump. Right. So there's quite a lot of people there. I don't think that's going to be a good idea, but they've jumped anyway. But yeah, we have had some well, topsy-turvy weather for the moment. It's like been nice and sunny one day, been absolutely like temperatures down into the negatives, getting frost everywhere, and it's just been a huge jumble of pretty much everything. Okay, debris, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna close most of these because I don't need them. Relic activation. That's... Okay, I don't quite know where you guys are. Okay, right, you are... Ah, yes. This is an FTL inhibitor over here. That would be why. It's going to take me a moment to remember all of the mechanics and whatnot of this. And I'm almost wondering if I should maybe just try and hide out on things, because this is... Yeah, ask for association status, so let me actually just have a look at influence. Okay, so rivalry is 0.55. So I need to keep this one open. And I need to see who has rivaled me and who we need to get back on our side. So MSI, don't care about that one. But we can see here in the Federal Autonomous Powers, that is who we need to... Oh lord, that's a lot of them. Okay, right, yes, I did accidentally manage to bring in... Right, okay, so the only ones... Oh my goodness. Okay, so the only ones who aren't at war at the moment... So this is the aggressive war, this is the defensive war. So the Raxicodian Prime, the Hive Mind. Splintered... late medieval age, so you're a pre-FTL one, another pre-FTL. The Marauder clans and specialists of all of that, another pre-FTL. Okay, I wasn't lying when I said it was the Galaxy at War, because the two ones that are staying out of it are the Nutan entity, who are a hive mind, and the Raxicodian Prime, who are also a hive mind. Everyone else, every single person. Okay, yeah, so unfortunately everyone is rivaling me in that federation, and I'm not quite sure if you can actually get people to leave a federation without them necessarily being kicked out. So that's going to be fun. That is going to be fun, trying to get everything together. But honestly, when the endgame crisis turns up, it might be tempting to just sit on the balcony and sip a drink while that federation takes care of it, because they are going to have a huge amount of troops to be able to deal with all of that. That's going to be interesting if that does end up turning that way in processing. So unfortunately, the only way I really know how to get opinions back up is either obviously not espionage, diplomacy. So obviously improve relations. I might just have to just send like everyone, every single one of my envoys over to them. So diplomacy, improve relations. The thing is, I've only got 6 envoys and there's more than 6 people in this federation. So I guess I will hit up the people who I suppose have the lowest opinion of us. So why? Okay, not enough intel. So we don't know why any of these are necessarily rivaling us. So we'll have to keep our fingers crossed and see what we can do. So habitat level 3. Yeah, everyone is just rivaling me and I'm not sure why. Maybe I should have a look at my policies. Okay, so belligerent, or attempt to bully weaker empires into submission. Maybe I should change it to cooperative when we finish this war. Because border friction minus 50%, envoy improve relations plus 50%. Maybe I should change that. War philosophy, war doctrine. I think everything else is okay. They say, what are we lacking? Dark matter, we're losing that. Mainly because we are selling 6 a month. We are selling 6 a month, which is not actually getting us that much money. Okay, so we are... yeah, so we're selling 300 food. Selling that, we're selling 140 of those. 8 of those, 3 of those, 5 of those. Yeah, I don't quite know why we are suddenly high on the energy credits. The only thing I can think of is that some of our ships being knocked out meant that we have a lower, obviously a lower amount that we need to keep for our fleet. Oh, I have just realised that is probably a bad idea. Yeah, shield nullification as well. So probably better to go the other way and try and run into the fleet that way. And if we come up here, I'm just going to put speed up once again because, yeah, I think this war is just going to take up the entirety of the stream. I probably should have a look to see if there are any what's the word, megastructures that I could probably make. So let's get a colony street up. Okay, we got some refugees coming in, but get a construction ship up and see if there's anything we can or want to build. Gunner Prime is still complaining that there's not enough housing, which is not really something I can do anything about at the moment. You're saying you can upgrade, and Hager's 4 is also upgrading, so upkeep goes from 1 to 5 energy. That is fine. This goes from 3 and 5 to 3 and 5. Okay, it keeps exactly the same upkeep, so why wouldn't I? Why would I not upgrade that? And yeah, okay, that's the same. And then we've got the level 3. We have the level 3 one being researched. Okay. Okay, so I saw something pop here, but it doesn't look like... Yeah, this is... Okay, so someone's gained the unyielding trait, which is not what I really like. Okay, we completely lost that one, but thankfully we're still only at 2% war exhaustion. Okay, so what can we build? Orbital. Okay, yep, so we've only got those 3: hyper relay, orbital ring and habitats, so we don't have any of the big megastructures. Okay, emergency FTL. We lost a ship, which that is unfortunate. Is very unfortunate on that one. Okay, so we are getting some people are starting to just nudge up, but I think just the way this is going. Oh, hello there, Prez. Thank you for the subscription. Very, very much appreciated there. How are you doing today? Hope you are ready and settled in for an absolute hectic war. How goes the Galactic Emperoring? I went and checked, and aside from 2 hive minds, any pre-FTL species we know about, and the Marauder Empires and the artisan troops, everyone is involved in this war. Everyone is involved in this war, either as an attacker or a defender. It is ridiculous. Like, seriously, just scroll through that, and I think this is the most empires I've ever seen in a war. I think it's the most I've ever seen in a war. So it's going to be an interesting event, seeing as we can zoom out and just see where all the blue and red fleets are. So it's going to be interesting and chaotic. Stellaris, the first Paradox game you streamed. Haven't played much of it since. You don't own much of the DLC, but it's a very fun game. It is. I will say, despite Paradox's DLC policy, at least the recent games are fun and interesting to play with or without all of the content. Though I'm a little bit miffed that they actually announced a new DLC for Stellaris today. Not just because I'm still streaming and working on the 3.7 version, but also because it comes out on the 9th of May, which is nowhere near enough time for me to wrap this up, even if I wanted to play play on the next patch and DLC. But it's also coming out days before I've got scheduled in Crusader Kings 3 tours and tournaments and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom playthroughs. You binge read the Crusader Kings 3 dev diaries to catch up. Extremely fun batch of content in DLC and free content. Yes. And honestly, it accidentally, the new tours and tournaments is going to, I hope, accidentally synergize very, very well with what I've got planned. Because what I'm aiming to do for Crusader Kings 3, I've been promising this. I've been promising this challenge run since like December. But I'm going to be playing as the single sole Druze ruler in the entire world. Start of 1066, I believe. And all of the new tours and tournaments, the campaigns, the tours, obviously the tournaments as well, all of that is hopefully going to synergize well with making and holding on to my own special empire, hopefully. Hello there, Parson, how are you doing today? Hope things are going well for you. Okay, we've still got a bunch of fleets missing in action. And let's just send you down there. Who was that general commanding the first wave troops? That's possibly you. Charismatic, yes. Army morale up will be good. It's over, you have the hospital ground. Oh no. Oh, I hope that's a relatively minor thing that you're managing.
Station reports enemy contact.
Hopefully that is a relatively minor thing that you are needing to manage. Okay, right, I do have at least one fleet back, so that can go. Hospitalized 1.5 weeks ago. Oof. Ouch. Was that for the... I don't think you ever specified, but you said you had an infection. Was that related to that, or is it something completely different? But either way, fingers crossed for you, and I hope that it gets better soon, because that is not going to be fun at all. That is definitely not going to be fun. Okay. Right, I thought that said 7% down there. Nope, we are still at 2%. Completely different. You'll be here for a month. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ouch. Oof. I'm trying to think what would require you to be in hospital for a month, but it obviously must be something pretty major. And obviously, if you don't want to state it on stream, you can always ping me on the Discord and have a discussion, but it can't be all bad. I mean, you've got internet connection and you're able to come and watch me stream, so it can't be that bad, after all. Okay. Oops, someone's declared me their rival because of course they would, and I'm trying to get all of these who are rivaling me to actually be nice. And do I actually have someone? So improving relations. Okay, no. All of my envoys are busy. All of my envoys are going to be very, very busy. So obviously I can just chuck a bunch of gifts to some of these people, but obviously the okay, I'm gonna have to have a look at some of those things. Severe dyskinesia, anticholinergic syndrome, and some mental problems. Seems bad. Well, like I said, fingers crossed, hope you get well soon and hope everything is able to be managed. Yeah, I know the component parts of some of those things, but I don't know the full conditions. But once again, yeah, if you want to chat on Discord, ping me a message and I can be an open ear for you. Your phone will be taken soon, so you mostly popped in to greet and hear since it's been a while. Yes. Though you've been in hospital for 1.5 weeks, so I did last do a stream about 2 weeks ago, so you haven't really missed much just in terms of what's been going on in my streaming life. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be keeping you in my thoughts. I'm definitely going to be thinking about you. And I do hope that you get better soon. Unfortunately, there's not really much else I can say or do other than just be supportive and be a friendly face. Okay, so what battles do we... Oh no, great. Okay, so this is one of the random events that can happen. Massive subspace disturbances have erupted in systems across the galaxy. Early reports indicate that nearly 50% of systems in the galaxy have been affected by this unprecedented phenomenon, which appears to be a byproduct of thousands of years of heavy hyperspace travel. Scientists are concerned that this galactic space storm will dissipate by itself within a period of 5 to 10 years old. This is the worst thing that could happen with a galactic war going on. Yeah, don't worry. Well, I would say don't worry, but obviously I've made mention of the fact that I've had a bit of a bad depressive episode the past 2 weeks, but thankfully I've got my husband, I've got a good support network and people who are aware of things. So even if I am in a depressive episode, I've got support and people who know about it and people who can keep an eye out for me, so it's not going to be that bad. It's just more aggravating at times. And conquer the stellar empires of Xenos. I'm going to try. I'm going to try and worm my way into their federation. I'm going to try and get up the ladder and make myself the head of their federation and see what happens if we get far enough to deal with the endgame crisis. And yeah, I'm not dismissing the fact that I obviously need to take care of myself, but I'm just saying that I have support and a network of people, so it might be bad, but I do have people around me who can help. But thank you for that anyway. So we have a space storm. So essentially, play havoc with sublight engines, shield generators and sensor systems in the star systems affected by it. It's been officially named Spagrum and has issued a general travel advisory. So this is, like I'm saying, probably the worst thing that can happen while we are in a galactic war, because this is, I don't know if any of our systems are necessarily affected. I don't know if it's something that you can hover over and see, because this is the third time I've seen this event. and honestly, the only thing I remember is that there's, like, obviously huge solar storms in some of the systems. Yep, like here. So I believe this is one of the systems affected by the solar storms. And we can see here, sublight speed reduction 50% and shield nullification 100%. So this does say, normally caused by the system star due to it being inside a nebula. Oh, this is a class F star, which is just a bog standard star, but we do have a storm raging in here. Yes, okay, yes, we can see. So there's a storm in that one as well. Nothing in there, so yes. That's going to cause havoc for basically everyone. That could, honestly, that could actually change the course of the war. Okay, so someone's building a science nexus. Yep, it's in here as well. Oh boy. Okay, I think I might just have to sit back and just wait, because our systems are, yeah, very much I have no idea what we will do against all of this. Oh boy. Well, first thing, I think we'll get all of the fleets to converge over here. Are we at war with you, or are you on our side? Because honestly, I cannot remember. Pops are declining on Hager's 4 due to excessive overcrowding. Oh. Why? There's plenty of housing, there's plenty of amenities. There's 12 free jobs, and there's no unemployment, so I don't know why that's saying population's decreasing here. Hey there, Magi. Hope things are going well with you for today, and yeah, no problem. Thank you for the lurk. Hope you enjoy the stream and all the chaos that is apparently going to be taking place. Because we've got a war that is basically encompassing the entire galaxy, and we now have space storms for the next 5 to 10 years. Oh, tradition. Okay, shrouded communication, or unlock a special project to breach the shroud. I think I'll go for the shrouded communications one first, because at the very least, if anyone's doing any intel or operations against us, that will hopefully be a little bit more tricky for them to do. And thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoy the stream. Ooh, interesting. Who is that empire? What have you got here? Aside from obviously a huge solar storm. Right, so I need to keep an eye on my fleets, but I also need to keep an eye on how the war is going generally. Thankfully, I am the war leader, so I would be able to just click the button and achieve the war goals if necessary, but oh my goodness, I cannot believe how many people are involved in this war. Okay, open borders with someone. Okay, so I think... Right, so I think it might be a good idea. So if I come over here, so animosity. So if I improve relations, and honestly I think if I just I think I've got to pause for a moment and have a think about this, because I need to do it strategically. And hello there, Dubry, what's it? How are you doing? Thank you for the follow. How are things going for you today? Okay, so the Athanabian multitude. I definitely need to focus on you because you are actively harming relations. So I need to focus on you. You're doing good. Fairly tired. How am I doing? Coming out of a bit of a depressive episode, as you could probably see from the stream title. And trying to figure out how on earth I'm going to manage and corral this galactic war. Because it is going to be interesting. Okay, am I improving relations with you? I thought we were. So the Akano... Yes, there we go. So we are improving relations with you. Yes, because I can see it there. I completely missed that one. Yes, thankfully I am coming out of a depressive episode, which is indeed a good thing. And they should be getting better. Thank you very much for the good thoughts. And yeah, no problem for the lurk. I very much appreciate those as well. So feel free to settle in, lurk, and just enjoy the stream in the background. Okay, so I need to improve relationships with you as well, because you are still a rival. Improve relations with you. And do that. And I was going to say, who else is rivaling me? So that's you. And then it's the hive mind here. Diplomacy. Okay, so accept that one. And the last one is the Kingdom of Biris. Okay, I think that's all of them that are rivaling me, so yes. Rival with improving relations, rival with improving relations, rival with improving relations. You are harming relations. Rival, we're improving, you're harming. Rival, we're improving. And the Matok sovereignty are in the Federation as well, but they are not. They are relatively okay with us. I say relative. Neutral minus 258. But all of the ones who are in the Federation who are rivaling us are... Oh, okay, I didn't need to do the Cerulans, but oh well. It'll just be nice to get them on side regardless. But hopefully we can cozy up to them, make nice enough that they're going to stop declaring us their rivals, and then we can ask to get into the Federation as an associate, and then we can hopefully see if we can crawl our way up, because being in the Federation, hopefully that will also mean that we have some sort of defensive capabilities against wars, though honestly at the moment, considering we've pulled in the entire galaxy into the war, I'd say we don't need that as much as I was thinking. I will say I don't think we need that as much as we were thinking. Okay, so yeah, that's just saying that those unemployed pops going to migrate. Runner Prime, we're going to have people migrating off there because there's not enough housing. And these can all support the construction of additional buildings. And once again, I don't know why people are migrating off this planet, because it is fine. As little as you know about Stellaris, the interplanetary political system seems very robust and fun. I would say it's moderately decent. It's nowhere near as in-depth as Crusader Kings 3, because you are obviously dealing with a representative of the Empire rather than the individual people. But the main thing is the Galactic community, which I've just noticed that's 78 days until we get something new to be voted on, and there are two things that we've not actually decided on. So, okay, what do I want here? Ecological adaptation, allow us to terraform inhabited planets. I don't think we really need that, seeing as we do have the last bowl artifact, which allows us to turn any world that we have into a Gaia world. Similarly, climate restoration, ecologically devastated worlds, I think that's probably under the same purview. ancient pulse armor. Let me have a look at that. Armor, shield, and daily shield regen. That could be good. Leader enhancement, selected lineages. No, I think I'll go for the ancient pulse armor. What part of the upcoming Crusader Kings 3 stuff are you most excited for? That is an interesting question, because some of what I'm excited for, I'd probably actually want to get my hands on the game before I could really say. But at least for the moment, it looks like it's going to be the tournaments section, especially the fact that you can obviously upgrade it over time and as you progress in technology. And I can seriously see in my run, I can seriously see my ruler when we get to, like, well, presuming we'll be able to build a kingdom, I can see like actually micromanaging and plotting out the perfect grand tournament for that event. But otherwise, I think the tours could be interesting, because that will give an interesting area for, again, this is all tying into my planned challenge run, which is very accidentally synergizing nice with all the tours and tournament stuff. But the tours coming in and being able to go and visit vassals and help stabilize your realm will be very interesting when you're especially playing a ruler in a multicultural area. Sounds like it's going to be a very difficult run. I've probably done practice runs about half a dozen times at the moment, and so far they've all gone decently. I say, touch wood. They've all gone decently so far, because the main challenge is that you start as a 16-year-old with no other family, so you need to get married ASAP, and being the only Druze ruler, you do have the or run the risk of your liege asking you to change religion. Don't even know about that start. What year is it? I believe it's 1066. If you give me one moment, I'll actually see if I can bring it up. Where is my browser? So CK3 Druze ruler. Okay, that's probably not going to bring that up. Interesting characters, there we go. So the Crusader Kings 3 wiki has a huge page on interesting characters, plus also links back to the Crusader Kings 2 one, because obviously if they're in 867 or 1066 on the Crusader Kings 2 page, then they're probably also playable in Crusader Kings 3. And let me just copy what it is. There we go. So this is, so Egypt, Ishakid, Sheikh or Count of Baalbek, the northernmost vassal of the Fatimid Sultanate and an adherent of the Druze Islam religion, the only playable follower of this faith in the game. He starts out 16 years old, no other family, like zero family. So you have to build it all up from the ground up. So it is very interesting, but all of my test runs I've done so far, I've managed to get him married. There's been a couple of forced conversions, because thankfully the Druze religion allows for like forced confessions and false religious, or like changing your religion, and you can easily convert back, which is thankfully decent. Yeah, I think I'll go for that elite cloaking field generator. But yeah, I've managed to get to children and grandchildren at the very least. So I've got a stable game path. It's just a matter of how I'm actually going to get past being a duke. Because something else that the description does not tell you is that Ishak is right on the northern point of the Fatimid Sultanate. Then you've got, gosh, I can't remember what the empire to the northeast is, but you've also got the Byzantine Empire to the northwest. So you are essentially like in a point where you've got three huge empires potentially vying for control of your area. And you love the hard starts. Some of your favourite are Aragon in 1066, Sicilian Muslims in 1066, the Jewish count in Ethiopia, and Sultanate of Rum. I'm just trying to think. Aragon 1066, because I did do a playthrough for the Iberian struggle. I think that would have been a 1066 start, and again that was one of the ones that was a challenge run. Starts as a king but with like 2 counties, yeah. So I did that one again as a challenge run. I cannot remember who I started as, but I did do a small run on that with the Iberian struggle, and it was interesting because I was also trying to revive a dead religion at that point. And I've been chatting along so much, I've actually not noticed that we had all of these coming through. But we're still only on 2% war exhaustion. The Zarak Faith of the Basque. Yes, that one. That one. There are so many things to do in Crusader Kings 2, Crusader Kings 3 that it can just be difficult to remember things, especially when I do a combination of runs on stream and then my own personal playthroughs. You watch some of that one, a fun one. Oh gosh. The main one that I can remember is when I played as Wales. Oh, sorry. One of the ones that I can really remember is playing as Wales, ended up losing the kingdom to a sibling or a cousin. Oh, hang on. Embassy recalled. Okay, right, that's fine. You're an interesting... That is an interesting portrait. That is an interesting one. As I lost the kingdom to a cousin or something similar, and somehow I managed to snatch it back. I don't know how, even now. But yeah, one of your favourite things about the coming content is how much more stuff you have to do during peacetime. Honestly, I think between that and the Friends and Foes story pack that was released at the end of last year, there's going to be a lot more like small everyday things that you can do that, like you say, are going to allow you to do more things during peace times, which is going to be nice. So I can imagine there's going to be more than a few people who do things like declare wars and go on raids to get the money in counties in order to be able to put on better tours and tournaments. I'm just expecting that to be the case.
Engaging enemy station.
I was just about to say, are those guys not going to engage? I think this is 3.9, so this is not going to be one we can necessarily stay at. So partially occupied, is that because... Yeah, because we've got a planet or a habitat here, I should say. Habitat level 2. 62 armies, okay. So if I had to send you over there to enter the orbit, you should be able to take them on easily. Playing tour is going to be so much fun now. Hopefully, yes. Honestly, I'm still waiting for a few things, like having some like really, really special buildings. Like really special buildings. I'd like to see the societies back from Crusader Kings 2. Mind you, I'd also like to see the Reapers due and diseases and pandemics and everything coming back, but that may be a bit of a sensitive topic at the moment still. One of the ones you've kind of thought is forming Switzerland, making a super developed wealthy kingdom up in the Alps and hosting elaborate events regularly. That sounds like it could be fun. If you do actually do that, let me know, because that sounds like it could be very, very interesting. Okay, another rivalry from the Bill Knox. Are you... Gosh. Okay, Bill Knox, where are you? Okay, yeah, you are the Federal Autonomous Powers again. Honestly, trying to remove all of the rivalries is going to be a challenge. That is going to be a challenge. Though hopefully at least some I'll be able to get a good word in. Hopefully some will be able to get a good word in. So let me just have a look. So ask for association status, positive relations or an envoy. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Still got 5 people rivaling me, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. Okay, move forwards. You are... Oh. Okay, apparently I completely missed that planet. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out because that... Okay, not only is it seriously slowing my game down, but that sound is also quite powerful at the moment. Yeah, this... Yeah, okay, I think I'm just gonna have to have this as a general chat stream with kind of the game on in the background, because this is gonna take so long to get through. Oh, come on. I don't want more rivals, I want more friends.
Action underway.
Okay. So we can get 85,000 and we are making 1,000 energy credits a month, so we could actually say remove that, so that's 300 food. Let's see how much that impacts our income for the moment once we get to the next month, which is going to take absolutely forever because my system is not liking how much this is going. Oh gosh. Oh, alloys have actually gone back up a fair bit as well. Okay, 739, so let's just sell 40 alloys and we'll remove all of the consumer goods as well because we can just increase all of those. We can get about 19,000 more before our stocks become completely full. So 739 to 249, not bad. How much are these going for? So we could actually buy the amount that we need to keep us in credit and we'd be still making money. Okay, that's good to know. And we'll just wait and check and make sure. Because obviously buying 110 minerals at a time is going to increase that price slowly, but we'll just have to keep an eye on that. Okay, there's our ancient pulse armor and... Ooh. Okay, strategic coordination center. Final edition of detached hostile force simulation. Okay, so that's one megastructure we can do. Or we can get another starbase, or we can do tracking implants. Wait, didn't we have one that increased encryption, decreased happiness? Yeah, because we've got thought enforcement and now tracking implants. So we've got 2. Fleet command limit, I think we are fine on. Gene modification points is actually a fairly cheap one. Will take 9 months, or 19 months I should say. Habitat upgrade, 2 months remaining. We'll be able to get that soon. Okay, why is this saying aha? Because we've got planets being occupied. Ooh. No, okay, we do want you to go over to that one. Oh my goodness, this is just... Oh goodness. Honestly, I did not expect... I honestly did not expect that we would end up pulling the entire galaxy into this. How are we actually doing on the achieve war goals? Pretty good. So yeah, unfortunately, because we decided on one to essentially pay back, we can't settle the status quo. We can say here, our war goal does not permit us to do this. So we could obviously surrender, which impound assets. But obviously we want to make MSI into our tributary. Okay, there's our level 3 habitat world. Didn't we have... Oh no, that's one of the special buildings that increases the productivity. Defense platform hold points plus 10%. Gauss cannon, that is kinetic. Well, they're both kinetic. High explosive shells. So what's that? Average damage 19.99 versus 8. Well, obviously, accuracy 85, tracking 75. Stormfire autocannon. Was this the start where you'd been invaded by the more advanced civilization? You saw that shown off on MATN's channel. Oh gosh, I saw that video, but I can't remember the origin that he chose, but I think either John on Many a True Nerd chose the same one, or we chose the sister one, because we've got the Payback origin. So this is essentially the equivalent of an advanced alien race turning up to Earth and saying, hey, we can give you all of this great technology and give you FTL transport and such. And then we later read in the contract that it's essentially enslaved us for 10,000 years and we have to pay back a bunch of money every 5 years. The sibling one is Broken Shackles, which is where you have a bunch of pre-FTL civilizations generated, and MSI had been going around and abducting these people from pre-FTL planets. They fought back and ended up crash landing on a random planet. So those two are sister origins. So if you choose Broken Shackles, then a payback empire will generate, and similarly I chose Payback, so we've got a Broken Shackles empire generated in the game, and obviously MSI will always generate if those two are generated in the game. And yeah, love being slightly contractually enslaved by space bureaucrats. But I do find it interesting that you do have an option in the game after, I'm not sure if it's your first or second payment to MSI, but you do actually have the option to attack them with words, i.e. diplomatically change things, but obviously I went for war. Oh. I really shouldn't laugh, but oh my goodness. If anyone has ever seen a more chaotic war in Stellaris, if anyone has ever seen a more chaotic war, I would love to see it, because this is, yeah, wow. I can't even see the planets under all of this. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out before my computer cries. Okay, right, who is doing what? I thought I had you two I thought I had all of you doing orbital bombardment, but perhaps that's finished, or it just didn't need to be done. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. Land armies. Whoops, forgot about that. Oh great, you've got more armies since then. Oh well. Oh no, Matok sovereignty. That'll be why someone came across and decided to take it for themselves. Oh well. Oh well. I could just sit back and enjoy the chaos. I can always just sit back and enjoy the chaos. Of course, I can always have a look, because it was the Holy Zukakan Confederacy, so they are still overwhelming.
Science Division reports a new
for fleet power compared to us. Okay, right, what do we have here? Quantum Catapult. Oh, Quantum Catapult Science Nexus or Gateway Construction allowed us to rebuild and construct new gateways. So what I could potentially do is, because of the way this is generated, we do have a couple of sections where, say, if we wanted a fleet to go from Jomel to Sal, they would obviously have to go all of this way. But if we took the research to make a gateway, we can honestly just do a jump from there to there. And we do have... where is it? I know we have an active gateway somewhere. So obviously there's one... there it is in Kosk. So annoyingly, these two seem to be linked together, because clicking on one jumps to the other. But there is a gateway all the way up here, that if we click on that, jumps to here. But if we click on this, it doesn't show up for whatever reason. So I think I've talked myself into it, and I'm going to go for gateway construction. Even though that extra 5% energy would be good, I want the gateways, because I want to create a couple of shortcuts between my areas in my empire. Though those are going to be expensive, so we're probably going to have to save up. Thankfully, it looks like alloys, minerals might be the limiting factor. And yeah, someone's created a gateway there. Okay. Huh. Looks like someone's actually come through and retaken a bunch of these. It can't be you guys, can it? A black tower. That seems like... yes. I was going to say, that seems like one of the Maraud empires, or the ones where you can rent fleets from. I was thinking that was the case. Yeah, this was going to take forever. But I mean, it's going to be a fun thing, because it is the entire galaxy at war. I do want to have a peek around here. So the Levan progenitors. So you are now down to just being equivalent to us. Doesn't look like you've got any wars going on at the moment. So you've just got that. Oh no, you've got two little sections. And the Run Okon remnants. Still pathetic compared to us. I am not going to declare war against them, because I don't want to be battling on another front, even if they are pathetically weak comparatively. So I just come back. And okay, so I want to move you from the Cerulans up here. Okay, there we go, the Cerulans. Try and improve relations with you. It's the Yakano Republic, hostile fleets. 1.9. I think we'll be able to deal with that. I think we'll be able to deal with that in Arcturus. Yeah, the Zukakan Confederacy coming in with 2,000 fleet. Somehow I think we'll be fine. So, yes, Of course, everyone keeps on doing this. Everyone just keeps on declaring me rival. It would be better if some of them were not actively harming relations with me. It would be preferable. Yeah, requires excellent relations or an envoy. Okay, so my association status does not require us to be at peace, but we do have. Let me just wait for the game to finish saving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it is the same for association and federation status, but like I said, we've got people going there trying to improve relations. Hopefully, we'll be able to find a way in.
Lost to enemy action.
And yep, of course. And I think let's just send everyone back. I need to reorganize the fleets anyway. I need to reorganize the fleets. We could always create a resort world. That could be fun. Monthly unity. Honestly, some of these I think I may just want to select them just to get rid of them. Treat them as a cheap reroll, like this one, 13 months. So we'll be done in a bit over a year. But I want to pull my fleets back because I do want to manage them. Because we are... What is that? 14 over our capacity. So if I just have a look at all of these. So if I turn these down to 16 each. 12 and 12 is... Yep, that does it. And how much will that take? 16,000, so we will need a bit more in terms of alloys and such to really reinforce that properly, but seeing as all of our allies are essentially taking control of the wars themselves, we can afford very easily to pull back, reinforce, and then push through, because obviously if our allies, not alloys, if our allies are similarly obviously pushing through and their fleets are getting worn down, we can come back in. Hey, hello.
Military station
yeah.
to enemy action.
I was going to have a look at this. Yeah, sorry, Prez. One thing you should know about me is I do tend to get distracted. I will say I want to do something and then I will get distracted by something and completely forget about it. So this was introduced in the Federation's DLC, I believe. You have the Galactic community. So development aids resolution. So development aids, council members, that's the one. Yes, I do want to repeal, I want to support the repealing of that one. Repeal the space amoeba, nope. Repeal regulated growth, which is one I don't care about. Administrative insight, don't care. Change council size to 4. I've already voted for that one. Repeal. I'll just downvote that one. Oh, this is going to be interesting. When decisive action is needed, a member of the council could be elevated to the position of Galactic Custodian. They are granted special powers and can propose new and powerful resolutions. So the League of Rin Providences will become the Galactic Custodian. Oh, that could be dangerous. That could be a dangerous one. So that is... Okay, I was a little bit confused because they've got the MSI portrait, but it is a different one. Yeah, we're at war with them. No, they're... No. Oh gosh, this is so... Now, they're on our side in the war against MSI, but they're also in a war against the Vryn machine uprising. Ah, which was these guys with the interesting portrait. Okay. Right, gotcha. So I want to oppose that one. And then we have the Senate floor, so repeal moderate military sanctions. Okay, so if you are in violation of galactic law, which we are, this will repeal the moderate military sanctions, leaving minor as a galactic law. So we are there, 6.8 diplomatic value, and we are supporting the repealing of it. Got 4 empires who are undecided. Oh, and look at that, 295 weight on the fleet, on the galactic community. Like, I love this. Xenophobic isolationists, absolutely pathetic, and they're already spewing things and saying that we won't be able to stand in their way when they destroy our machine of war. It's like, yeah, sure. And no worries, doing a little Europa Universalis 4 game in the background. Let me know if anything interesting happens in that, because I've got EU4, but I've never actually played it. I never had that much interest in it for whatever reason. Okay, League of Vryn has declared us their rival because, of course, we can't have anything nice in this galaxy at the moment. We cannot have anything nice. Where are my fleets? Okay, they're still there. That's going to definitely take a while to get back. So I think actually what I'll do is I'll get you to... Okay, you're not going to jump. So I'll actually send you there, and then I'll send you to just back down here, because this one does not have a shipyard. Because it needs a bunch of stuff. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side for the moment. Doing a Manchurian tribe game, trying to form Manchu, and then Great Qing? Is that how it's pronounced? You enjoy EU4, certainly isn't exciting, at least on the face, as other Paradox titles, has a lot of depth. Yeah, I imagine there's a fair few parallels between that and Victoria, because they're both ones that obviously deal with more empire-wide things and the world at large, versus obviously Crusader Kings 3 or Stellaris, or I suppose even Hearts of Iron, because Hearts of Iron is during the Second World War, so you've obviously got quite a lot of military stuff there. Yeah, no shipyard would be explained by the fact that we don't actually have anything here. Do I want a detection array? I don't think so. So I'll put gun battery, or I think I'll put a second torpedo battery, and then as per the norm, crew quarters, fleet academy, and I think I will put a defense grid supercomputer there. Certainly more economic aspects than CK3 and Hoi 4, less than Victoria though, yeah. It's definitely one that is more focused on the, I suppose, global view. Okay, envoys from the galactic community, I'll pause for this one, have compiled a list of articles that the Citizen League of Biv are in violation of, and warn of possible consequences should we not make ourselves in alignment with galactic war. Should we change our policies and accede to their demands? So, orbital bombardment policy to selective. Okay, so that's just the one that is... Oh, allows only the bombardment of identified military targets while keeping civilian ones. Sure. Fine. It means that we get more fleet capacity back. Which means I can go back here and change all of these back to what they were.
16, not 17. Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
And that does leave us with 50 capacity for some additional stuff. So our Empire can only hold 2 Titan ships. So if I try in 2016, okay. So 20, 16, and then it was, no, not destroyers. Cruisers. And battleships, but obviously that's going to put us way over. So if I actually halve this, that does put us exactly at 282. So it does mean we need 28,000. Oh no, it's just ticked back down to 16,000. Okay, so all of that is being built. We've got refugees, we need new technology because I completely missed that. I really don't want synth leaders. I think I'm going to have to take it just to do a quick reroll of it and then remember to actually go in to the species tab and change it so they do not have... Okay, so servitude. Okay, so they are still under all servitude. Okay, so hopefully that's not going to change. Choosing the synthetic leaders is not going to change anything. Hopefully. Hopefully. They say, where is that fleet? Coming through, and I will be so glad, honestly, on 3.8 when we have the option of actually seeing which of these notifications, when we will actually have the choice of seeing the notifications that we want, because some of these telling me is like, yeah, you no longer have a hyper relay network to such and such. Oh no, you've got it back. Oh no, it's gone again. Slightly annoying. Okay, right, so resources from capital buildings. Resources up 20%, but upkeep also up 20%. But that one's been coming back quite a lot, so I will grab that just to make sure. Hey, Akano Republic. Oh, I was going to say that's... No, that's a different species. Yeah, they're overwhelming compared to us. That's probably going to be another one on the Federation that's not liking us. Yeah. Okay, I think probably what's going to be a good idea is if I come over here. So they view us with suspicion and mistrust. However, if we offer a resource, a trade for resources, let's see, what can we give you? So, for instance, volatile motes. How much would monthly give you? Quite a bit. Okay, so 2 of those, 2 of those, and 2 of those a month would get us 149. So we can do that 7 times, essentially. Obviously, we can reduce the exotic gases and increase the volatile motes, which I think I might do. That gets us 180. Then that will be 18 for 18. So for 30 years. So we might as well confirm that just to get a little bit of a bump up in terms of...
This is big brain time.
I'm hoping it's big brain time. Hey there, Tim. How are you doing? I'm hoping it's big brain time. Just to obviously get a little bit higher opinion. So if I do that again with you, make a trade deal. Actually don't know. Is that just having a bad episode, or is it just more feeling generally not great? Feeling bad today? Yeah, I get that. I've been feeling a bit rough myself. Thankfully, climbing out of the pit. Thankfully. Weather way too hot. You've been having a bit of interesting weather then, because we've been having a bunch ourselves. Just a situation where, like, one day it'll be relatively warm and the next day it'll be absolutely freezing cold, up to a situation where it's like we were gonna have well, at least one person that I know who has a garden was gonna put out a bunch of plants last weekend. He's glad she didn't, because it all ended up okay, right, apparently they've got 64,000 fleet here now, and is glad that she didn't, because we had an overnight frost. Yeah, I mean, your freezing cold is a little bit different from ours, obviously, relatively speaking, but still. Okay, so we've got 12 of those volatile motes, gases and crystals that we could potentially send out to someone if we were to need to do so. But hopefully the fact that we've got an active trade deal with all of these guys. Let's do a trade deal with you as well, and we'll give you 2 of each.
Engaging enemy station.
A month. And there we go, confirm that. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know you're in Russia and I know that can get pretty cold. Yeah, your cold is -35, my cold is like -5.
Spaceport reports enemy contact.
Okay, right, we are probably going to need you to head down here fairly quickish. And one more contact, let me just have a look. So, okay, we've got the bottom 4. Diplomacy. So, offer trade deal, once again. Offer that for 2 years. Not 2 years, offer 2 for 30 years. And that takes us down, should be to 8 a month.
Spaceport lost to enemy action.
But obviously, as you can see, we are still making an absolute ton. We've got 27, 25, 27 in the bank. So they've accepted that. Yep, there we go. We're now +8. So we'll keep that one. And just hope that that helps a little bit to improve relationships there. +19 without wind. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is, oh my goodness. Okay, I just saw an absolute ton of fleets moving up around here. I don't think I want to zoom in because my computer does not like it. I mean, it's not like I have it's not like I've got an underperforming computer. It's just there's just so much going on. There's just so much going on. It is ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, it's over 200... No. 300... Almost 400,000 fleets there. From the Zukakan Confederacy and Minimar Specialist Industries. I don't know how they managed to have so many, but they do. Yeah, so we've got like 68,000 here.
Lost to enemy action.
Neutral fleets, and obviously they're coming in and attacking us pretty significantly. One of our fleets has gone missing. A researcher. Okay, a science ship. Makes sense. But hopefully being able to head in here. We'll wait to move in until we actually get you up to Despad, because then it should be... Oh, no, nope. Maybe not.
Fleet
Whoops.
action underway.
Oh. Hang on. I need to have a look. Okay, someone... Ooh. That's gonna be tricky. Okay, someone just called in this. Relly and Bliss have called in, changed the council size to 2 as an emergency measure. Oh dear. Hey there, Blue Cornflower. How are things going with you? Hope your day is been going decently.
Spaceport lost to enemy action.
Your day is going well so far. That is good to hear. I'm just trying to balance this. We've had periods of like very little happening in my corner of the galaxy, and then there have been periods where everything is happening. Which reminds me, I haven't actually heard much about that galactic storm that we had. Okay, it's still around. It's still around. Scientists said that was going to disappear in 5 to 10 years. So that is having an impact on our galactic war. But so far... Ooh. Our double agents in the Cerulean Sacrosanct Theocracy have delivered us useful intel following the failure of one of their espionage operations. I've never seen that before. I have never seen that notification before. Wow, okay. But yeah, we do have a, the Zukakan Confederacy is... Oh great, this is one that's got the storm in it. Sublight speed reduction 50% and shield nullifications. Unfortunately, it's just a Class K star, so normally we wouldn't have any problems with this. Unfortunately, because we have the stellar storm phenomenon going on, that is going to have an impact on us. Especially seeing as my game is not liking having to process all of this at all. Fortress Terrors, okay, so you're a rented fleet. Okay, I think I may have to slow the game down just to make sure it can process things. I mean, okay, OBS is saying that I'm still keeping a fairly steady 60 frames a second. I can't quite see what the FPS is on the actual screen. Too many event rolls, yes. Too much going on. Way too much going on. So I'm going to zoom out and we're going to come back and we're going to start retaking all of these bits that everywhere or that the Zukakan Confederacy has been trying to gobble up from us. And somehow we're still only at 6% war exhaustion. There we go. I was waiting for that. I was thinking, we've had the event saying the space storm has started, but we hadn't actually had one that says it's dissipated, but here we go. So, completely dissipated. Ship systems will no longer be impaired. Well, that's good after we just come out of a fight with the Zukakans there. Thank you for waiting until after that game. You just got MEM, more events for me, twice as many, I can imagine. I've not even dipped my toe into the modding scene for Stellaris myself yet, because at least for me, between all of the DLCs and whatnot, there's enough content for me to keep going through, but I can envision if you've seen a few events a few too many times, then yeah, more events, more immersive events would be beneficial.
Lost to enemy action.
I say I don't know which one that is, but that's probably this one where you're going around. Okay, Science Nexus. Someone's been busy building, doesn't overly impact us. And I've just noticed, yes, we are low on energy credits. So we'll probably benefit from having a look. So who needs one? Who could benefit from one? So obviously these habitats do not allow us to build any more energy facilities. So that will take one, and I will honestly just slam down a huge amount of generators for that.
Engaging enemy station.
Okay, nothing really we can add or upgrade there. Similarly, nothing there. And I mean, we could throw down an energy generation system here, but it will be a bit of a waste as we've only got 2 generator districts. What I could do is replace one of these with a generator district and just get a little bit more energy from that. Okay, so how are our fleets doing there? Fine. So unfortunately this little fleet here is stuck because we have 64.9 and 70.7 fleet power, so if it tries going into either of those or even up to Zedran here, it's going to get absolutely smashed. Sadly for it, because it's just waiting there, it's going to get smashed by my fleets anyway. Okay, there's our upgraded stuff from capital buildings, and there's a tiny bit more fleet capacity. A tiny bit more. So unfortunately the ones which had plus 10 or plus 20, when you get to this part of the game, doesn't tend to be that useful, because by then you probably would get more benefit from a plus 10% increase rather than just a flat addition to it. But I'm seriously surprised that we've only got 6% war exhaustion on our side and our opponents were at 33%. We're definitely going to have to do a diplomatic mopping up after all of this is done.
Taking evasive action.
Okay, we are going to need more minerals. That's going to be a change. Didn't actually check any of these for potential mineral output. Okay, probably actually, if I take that off, yeah, energy nexus, and then I add a couple of mining districts to here. Then these ones. Okay, let me just have a look. Decisions, because I can never quite remember. So there we go. Upgrade habitat to an advanced habitat. Changes the size to 6. But I think I will do that for both Etan and Arcturus. So we can upgrade that, get a few more facilities on there. Gunnar Prime, we cannot add any more districts, and neither can we on Bav. So I'm just trying to balance things out, thankfully. Aha. Oh dear, 115,000. Right, maybe beat a hasty retreat back to Biv. Might be good. And you are all the way up there. I'm going to get you to come down all the way to Biv as well, and just have a look at all the fleets amassing everywhere. How are we doing? Minus 301 for achieve war goals. So demanding surrender, unoccupied systems, unoccupied planets. So we've actually gone down, because there used to be at least 3 there. Excuse me a moment.
Spaceport lost to enemy action.
Because I'm pretty sure people don't want to hear me coughing on stream. But I'm pretty sure if we can obviously get some of our naval capacity back up, then we will have a benefit. Just the sheer amount of fleets massing in there is just mind-boggling to me at the moment. It's just seriously mind-boggling. So obviously retreat back, upgrade, or repair, upgrade, reinforce.
Lost to enemy action.
Obviously we can't upgrade or reinforce this one, because this was the battleship that we reverse engineered and got a few things from. So we can only upgrade this one when we get a technological advancement. But we can still pull back to Biv. Yeah, because I think that one's going to be a lot better because we do have defences there.
Reports enemy contact.
Okay, you are trying to take on our station there. How well that's going to go is questionable, because I think they're going to absolutely cut through us
Military station
regardless.
enemy action.
Yeah, 56, 54. So we might be able to do a few things, but I don't think we're going to do that much against them. Okay, you're here, so
Enemy action.
we will repair all of you. So you should all be returning to Biv Station and be upgrading. Like, we're only missing a few percent on the Dark Abyss and the coast, but the recovered asset is very, very damaged. That is very, very damaged. Okay, there we go. Those two are repaired, and I might want to actually have a look at the ship designers, because we do have a couple of additional things, and I just want to have a look. So like the reactive armor, advanced shield hardener. Obviously we can do the cloaking field generator. Just obviously want to see where some of these options are. Ah, there it is, the ancient suspension field. So armor hit points plus 209. That gives extra shields. Daily shield regen plus 1.4. Shield hit points plus 220. So is that worth it for the 15% shield hardening? Let me put it on and just see how... Okay, looks like power and everything is fine. So I'll change that one. The frigates. So we do have hyper shields, ancient pulse armor. Oh, that one's actually a tricky one. That one is a tricky one. So obviously 170 armor and 75 shield plus shield regen. If I actually put that on you... Okay, ship design does not have enough power, so we want to move that and put in probably just a first level reactor booster. Yep. Cruiser. Oh, we've got quite a few additional sections here available. So let me have a look. Medium, small, and G. So torpedo, hide obsolete ones. So do we want Devastator, shield penetration, and armor damage? Deals additional multiplicative damage based on 100% of the target ship size. Or armor damage and hull damage. So 3.38 versus 10.9. Interesting. I'm not 100% sure. I think I'll go for the Devastator torpedoes just to try that one out. And then we want... probably not an energy siphon, railgun, quantum missile that does shield penetration, so we probably want something that does a bunch of armor. Is most likely the phase disruptor. And then let's put on, so that's 3 and 3 of those, and then we'll do 1 and, excuse me, 1. There does have enough power. I will save, and that is all that I'm going to fiddle with for the moment, because otherwise I'm gonna be here forever managing all of that. I'm gonna be here forever managing all of that. So we'll upgrade you, and obviously also upgrade you, because we've got corvettes and cruisers, but I didn't touch the battleships, so we'll just have to see how those are impacted. What is yours? Down to 109,000. I will say that is the recovered asset completely done. Yes, you've got the shield hardener and the reactive armor as well. Bunch of strike craft and kinetic artillery. Don't need to worry about cloaking strength because we're not wanting to sneak into anyone's territory at the moment. Canna Republic has declared us their rival once more, because of course they will. Okay, so 30,000 for 101 ships, so I'll do it individually then. So 12,000, I'm presuming that's going to be... Yep, so I'll reinforce this one. So veterans, so not bad, we do have some bonuses and benefits there. Market, if I actually go back and start selling food, obviously the price is just going to completely crash out. I don't need to worry about the price at the moment, because what I want to do is just basically balance this out.
Science division report success.
Buy more minerals, balance that out, because we've obviously just reached the maximum amount of food that we can hold. Synth leaders, okay, right. So I need to make sure... so servitude, still all servitude. Okay, leaders, let me have a look. Okay, no robots there. None there. None there. And none there. At least for now, I will say. Right, okay, I think we're good on that one. Minerals from jobs plus 5%, yes please, because we are struggling with that a little bit at the moment. So having a small bonus to that will be beneficial to us. We are still at 6% war exhaustion. Our enemies are at 39%. And we are down to minus 299 on acceptance. So I think the relative navy strength is capped at 50. So that will be... slight aggravation, because obviously we won't be able to get anything beyond that, regardless of how high our military is compared to theirs. But honestly, anything that's going to help us take back territory and vassalize MSI is going to be fun. Hey, I'm not sure if that's the same fleet that was just down in the southeast of our empire or not. I think it might be. I don't know if they've got jump drives. I can't see. Yeah, bunch of battleships. A whole bunch of battleships. Cruisers, destroyers, corvettes, and frigates. There we go. We are +6 on minerals. And everything else honestly is looking fine. The previous stream I was obviously going through and building a bunch of habitats, but seeing as they are a drain on energy rather than giving it, I've postponed that for the moment while I just figure out what on earth to do with all these wars. Because honestly, hopefully winning this war means that a few people will be more friendly to us, though I will be very interested to see if the Cyban administration, Silicon Corps, and administration of Kathalosh all become vassals under us when we take MSI as a vassal, because you know that's going to happen. Okay, so who is probably... So yeah, it's the Misharan Trading Consortium and the Sathirelian Bliss that are probably doing most of the work for us. And let me just have a look. Okay, so still minus 1,118.
Reports a new breakthrough.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to need to change our diplomatic stance. Influence is back up and full. I swear that was already full, but never mind. Quantum catapult. Oh, I'm tempted. I am tempted. I think for the moment I will go for shield hit points plus 5%. Get at least a tiny bit of that back up. get at least a tiny bit back up on that one. Okay, yeah, this is definitely, oh boy. We are definitely going to need to do some diplomatic efforts after all this war's done. Because we are definitely going to want to, cozy up to the people who helped us win, to say the least. Let me just, so obviously we can't change our diplomatic state or stance at the moment, so I did say we were going to go for cooperative, so we don't want isolationist or expansionist. We can't obviously do mercantile because we do not have the merchant guild civic. Supremacist, restrictions on the rival action are relaxed both for and against us, so obviously we do not want to do that because we do not want to have rivals in the federation that we're trying to join. And obviously purification has the fanatic purifiers civic, which we do not have. Okay, how are we doing? Has that, I was going to say, has that been reinforced? Almost. So obviously we need 2 more battleships. That's probably where most of the alloy requirements are coming from. And then this one, I think I'll just get you to reinforce as much as you can. Again, just to get our fleet power back up. I don't think... Yeah, we can get 190 is our naval... not our naval capacity, our fleet logistics limit. So it's not like we can do one huge... fleet for this, but hopefully we should be able to just send a few people back here, retake these sections and do a bit more damage in terms of the war exhaustion on our side, and hopefully someone is taking care of these. Fully occupied. Okay, yep, fully occupied. Okay, yes, we are getting quite a few. Oh my goodness, okay, right, I was just checking that. So, Obskyke is the last one. So, Obskyke is all the way over there, but we do have a huge amount of fleets massing. I don't know if you see it, but when we've got some of these fleets moving, it just flicks a huge long line of them. Okay, so we're probably going to get that one, Holy Zucan Confederacy, right. So this is probably going to weaken all of the people that we are against, naturally. And Dinner Prime, oh yeah, because we've got a bit of a blockade around here. Third battle group, 1,251. So we are going to have to be careful on this one because it is one that has a quite large military power on that one. Forces. Oh, hang on. Deneb. Oh. Ooh. Okay, you're going to regret that. Maybe not. Maybe not, because you've got Gene Warriors. I almost thought that said Quarian for a moment. So you've got Gene Warriors, Clone Armies, Xenomorphs.
Engaging enemy station. Okay,
yeah, that's going to be taken over. Unfortunately, 3,000. Okay, yeah, that was probably like 3,500 strength right there. So, oops. Actually, no, I'll change it and send you over here. Hopefully knock out those stations on the way. And yeah, failed to repel the invaders. But hopefully we should be able to come back and liberate them pretty soon. Oh, yeah, Deneb Prime was on Mining World, wasn't it? So we've just lost a huge amount of minerals from that. As I'm saying, we should be able to bring that back. work without too much trouble. Okay, is that... Yes, the Senate is in session. Okay, so more people or more empires are opposing this, but unfortunately in terms of fleet power, or in terms of not fleet power, the diplomatic weight, that is still winning. Oof. So Prez, your Manchu EU4 game's going interestingly. On the far edges of Siberia, you've embraced the Renaissance before the likes of England, France and Spain. Damn. Wow, that is impressive. Did you manage to embrace the Renaissance before Italy, however? Did you manage to embrace it before them? Because I believe Italy were one of the first into the Renaissance and it kind of filtered through them, I believe. My history on that era is a little bit shaky. Hey, I don't know why you think you're going to do anything there. You can't actually see Europe just going off the Great Powers list. Fair enough. Fair enough. It does spawn in Italy, so you probably didn't get it before them. Okay, yeah, understandable. So it is something that does happen on the... So it's something that does generate in the game from historical precedents, but obviously you can still get a few interesting things like that. And yes, Siberia acquired Renaissance before England. Okay, how are we doing here? It's always tricky on these with the citadels because it always looks like you're losing right up until you manage to knock over a bunch of the defensive platforms like that. Yes. So yeah, there we go. Now it's going to probably just completely... it's just going to completely sweep through. And we're going to get this back, and then we're going to liberate Deneb Prime. Yep, generally all the institutions are supposed to spawn in generally sensible places. I imagine there's a few occasions where it does not. Guess that means Russia's going to get there before Germany, aka the HRE. I mean, maybe. If Prez has already got it in Siberia, then I imagine it's going to spread out into Russia. You had manufacturers spawn in Iraq once. Interesting. Okay, so we've taken the last perk in the psionics tree. So unlock a special project to breach the shroud. Telepaths now provide an additional 5% resources from psionic pops. And I believe all of our people should be psionic. Let me just have a look. So we are... Okay, yep, so the only change is we've got 2 of our people have the noxious trait, but everyone is psionic, so we should now be getting the little bit of extra, was it 5% resources, so that's going to be helpful. Makes sense as long as it was oil manufactories. Maybe. So, like a muffled whisper in a dark room, the shroud calls to us from within our minds. All creatures that have been gifted with psionic abilities tap into the shroud in some way to draw power. We're still in the process of learning the extent of our new powers, but it may be possible for us to commune with these spirits. So we now have a special project to probe the shroud, which I'm going to leave until we finish this war, because I don't want to try and do that at the same time as fighting this. There we go. And we should now be able to come over here and start bombarding this planet. And get rid of those occupation armies. There's only 258 there, so it's not that bad. So we do now have the selective bombardment. So targets only identified military sites, taking care to avoid needless civilian casualties. So moderate damage to armies on the planet, light damage to pops. Will not bombard undefended planets and will not kill the last 21 pops. Obviously we're already at 2% destruction, and that was our governor that just died because he just popped out of existence there. But yeah, you, the player, can make weird stuff like early Renaissance in Siberia happened by just developing a province like crazy, which causes the institution to spawn. I can imagine, yes, that is, I can imagine there's a few people that have taken that as a challenge and tried to speedrun and rush various institutes in various sectors. I think there's been a few things similar to that, obviously, with Crusader Kings and maybe Stellaris. I remember when Federations came out, and some people were very, very quick to be able to amass a huge amount of diplomatic weight and just basically storm roll every single vote that came up. Okay, planetary administration. So upkeep just goes from 5 to 8. Which is fine. And then I think, like before, we'll add a couple of mining districts onto that one. So Dinner Prime, we are going to need to wait until we get all of these cleared out. And I say, do we have any other fleets? We do, so let's just send them down and clear them out. Can't wait until a Stellaris min-maxer becomes a world leader and weaponizes the United Nations. I think someone's already done that. And did I see the new DLC on the way? I did. I did. And I posted a message to my Discord, basically going, oh, come on. Because it's probably honestly just because of the release cycle and the way I've been alternating between Stellaris and Crusader Kings 3. But it does seem that when I'm wrapping up a series, that Paradox come and announces a new DLC coming soon. So I have to kind of go, it's like, okay, is this like a story / flavor pack, or is it a big DLC? Can I fit in the schedule? Where can I fit it in? Because honestly, like Crusader Kings 3 has been on the back burner for a while because we had obviously Fate of Iberia and then Royal Court, or was it Royal Court then Fate of Iberia? But either way, I streamed one of them when one released and the other when the other released. When Friends and Foes came out, I decided to skip playing that and wait for the new, like, more major pack, which is Tours and Tournaments, coming out in a couple of weeks. Royal Court and then Iberia. I think that makes sense, yes. And then, of course, Stellaris had a fair few flavour packs, like the Aquatics and Toxoid species pack, and then we obviously got First Contact, which is what I decided to start this stream with, and then we're getting the Paragon leader things, which is going to really shake up the leader system. But yeah, like you say, Emo Pyro Necrosis, it's going to be a flavour pack, so it's something that can probably wait, and I may be coming back with like the 4.0 update and the Stellaris min-maxer thing. I think Pres means in real life. Fair enough. Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking, because I know when Federations was revealed and we had the Galactic Council, everyone was calling it like the Space UN. But yeah, it is slightly aggravating because I try and plan things out around the major DLC releases. So we'll be finishing with Stellaris whenever this bloody war finishes. Because we've been going for 2 hours and we're only halfway there. But I did put in my schedule that Crusader Kings 3, whenever Tours and Tournaments releases, which of course happens to be the day before The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom releases, so I'm going to be balancing streaming 2 games for that. And I'm just hoping that my copy of the game actually turns up on Friday, because if not, it's just going to be a whole weekend of Crusader Kings 3. Toxoid's a more larger pack in my opinion. Yeah, I think there's a bit of a balance between... Oh goodness. Okay, where is it? DLC. What was the price for... So yeah, First Contact $12.79. Toxoid's £8.50. Aquatic's £8.50. So yeah, the species packs obviously get a few different things and they're £8.50. Stellaris Overlord was like an expansion pack, $16.75. First Contact is kind of in the middle at $12.79, at least for me. Okay, someone's just deciding to randomly swear at me. Oh, okay, we've got a big fleet back.
Military station lost to enemy action.
So we do have a few friendly fleets down here. But yeah, the next DLC is a flavor pack for Federations. Quite possibly true, actually, yeah. Obviously, you won't need Federations to take advantage of it. It's not a DLC for a DLC, because I think people would absolutely riot if that was the case. But still, it will be interesting. I will probably be buying it and playing it off stream just to get to know it, because in the announcement where they actually had all the details for the ground combat and such, I did notice that they had put a red redacted box over the leaders, or where the leaders would be in the game. I was kind of like, so is that we're getting a new species pack, or we're getting new traits for leaders? And it turns out new traits. Obviously, there's going to be tweaks and balances for that for like the first couple of weeks while people get their hands on it, check it through and see how things are all going to line up. But hopefully it will be, or Stellaris will be coming back onto the stream at some point after this. Oh my... I seriously just cannot get over the fleet movements there, though. I seriously just cannot get over the fleet movements. But yeah, at least at the moment, Stellaris and Crusader Kings 3 are pretty much standards on my channel, just because they're in active development. They're still getting updates, they're getting changes, they're getting balances, they're getting tweaks, new content, and it's just... Even then, there is so much that can be done, just generally, that there's always something new to do. Okay, right, Dinner Prime Hat looks like they've been liberated, so we can move you back over here. There we go. Okay, 46% more exhaustion. Honestly, if I didn't need to be here to actually do commentary and actually be around, it would almost be tempted to just fast forward through all of this because it's going to take so long. What is our minus 137? So we do still have Obskike, and then obviously demanding surrender, so minus 100, minus 100. But hopefully when we get the I know it was... there we go. So around here somewhere. So you're still fighting through because, yep. Okay, yeah. So there's still a few battles going on around there. Taking systems, trying to liberate systems. Fighting and just trying to basically push through. So that is 50,000 troops there. So if I wait for you to join up, we should be... more than enough to move in here. Are you... are you actually attacking? You are. But we did just lose that. Okay, now it's 67,500. But we should still have... There we go, coming in through the hyper relay. We should still have more than enough fleet power to take them on. Though apparently both of us, we are both getting quite the battering. Aha, here comes the rest of our fleets. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. Coming in with reinforcements. And my computer is liking this a lot better than some of the ones where we've got like, gosh, 500,000 fleet power perhaps, because some of it is just interesting. Okay, so there's this event in EU4 faceting indicating a particular gem producing province has made pioneering advancement. Usually goes to Venice. Siberia's the gem capital of the world because you got it. Well, I mean, you did get the Renaissance in Siberia, so it makes sense that you'd have some pioneering technology like that turn up, wouldn't it? Okay, where are you guys? Ah, there we go, that's better. Okay, that's now fully in our hands. Okay, and I think I'm probably just gonna keep people here. We do have defences, shipyards. No, we actually don't have any defensive platforms there anymore. Oops. So I'll get you to reinforce. And yeah, that's going to be a lot of ships. It's going to be a lot of ships.
Spaceport reports enemy contact.
And that is exactly why I was staying there, because there's 14,000 troops. And is that... I presume that's just... Okay, there's a pirate fleet there. That's not too much to worry about. I don't really want to worry about the debris. Yeah, we can now take two, or we've got two ascension perks that we can now take. So let me just see, what do we have, or rather what can we not take? So detox, because we don't have the climate restoration. Xenocompatibility, yeah, we don't have any toxic worlds anyway. Galactic wonders. So ring world, matter decompressor and Dyson sphere requires having repaired or fully upgraded any megastructure. We could make a start on that. World shaper allows us to terraform worlds into Gaia planets. Don't need that because we've got the last bound artifact. Okay, that's the... Okay, so engineered evolution is the genetic one. Flesh is weak is cybernetics. And then synthetics. Okay, so we can't get any of those. So it's essentially galactic wonders. And then I just want to see. So Voidborn. Just trying to have a look through all of these. Mastery of Nature could be an interesting one, because it means we can get 2 extra districts on our planets. Consecrated worlds, probably not. Galactic Contender, I don't think so, because the Fallen and Awakened Empires are pretty weak now, and the Gate Builders have... Nothing came of that. Absolutely nothing came of that. Grasp the Void, not really. Endgame Crisis Faction, everyone's opinion increased by 200. That one could actually be very good. Colossus, probably not. I'm the Crisis Lord of War, Arco Engineers. Actually, Defender of the Galaxy, I will take that right now. Okay, a little bit of rearranging then. A little bit of rearranging as the game recalculates all of our opinions and everything, but hopefully that's going to be at least a little bit of a benefit towards us. And if we can get a... megastructure. So, okay, right, what can we do now? Sensory array. Gateway allows instantaneous travel to other gateways. Mega shipyard. Okay, I think we'll go for the mega shipyard. 2,500 unity, 3,000 alloys, and we'll take... That's 5 years. So... yeah, we are just lacking that. So having that in our home system could be very, very nice. Although we could build it somewhere else and have another shipyard, like say in Niamba. But then I'd probably want to do the gateway between Jomel and Sal. That will probably be more the one that I want to go for.
Station reports enemy contact.
They allow an embassy. Because why not? I was going to say, okay, what are you complaining about here? But 44% devastation. Okay, what do you have? Army veteran, psychic, but you are also corrupt. Ship build speed, building costs. I think I'll grab you for that one. And then, obviously, as devastation ticks down, that will increase the housing back, and hopefully will also increase the resources from jobs is also down 43%. So that will hopefully all bump each other up after a short while. And I think everything else is at least fine for the moment. 200 alloys a month is decent. And obviously when we get some more minerals in, I do have a couple of... that is not what I wanted. There we go. I've got a couple of like alloy plants and such, either disabled or just at the base level, just because we were losing so many minerals with all of that. Well, once we get some of these back, hopefully we'll actually be able to get back in the positive even without buying them. And buying them will just be a benefit. So how are we doing over here? 52%. Yep, still need that system. And I think, honestly, I think it's going to take us such a long time to get over here. It's going to take us just such a long time that I may just leave them at it. Because we've got so many people going on, or so many people fighting and doing things and everything going on, that it is a little bit chaotic. So let me see. Oh, okay. Alloys are selling for a lot at the moment. How is... Oh, interestingly, minerals are 58 to buy and food is 54 to sell. So yeah, 200 or a little over 200 of our monthly energy income is just coming from selling off the food. And then wow, okay, yeah, quite a lot is actually coming from those 40 alloys that we are selling, so we don't necessarily want to do that one. Okay, so the reduce the council size to 2 did pass through, so Masharan Trading Consortium and Thatherelian Bliss are now going to be part of that. Okay, where are we? There we are, 8.7. So the ready shield, diplomatic weight from fleet power plus 20%, naval capacity up, but ship upkeep also up. Over 10%, 28.6. Who keeps on? Oh, 100,000 of you guys. Right, that would explain it. Yeah, that's not going to be good. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay, that's trouble. That's like 260,000. Okay, that's gonna be trouble.
Spaceport reports enemy contact.
Yes, I'm aware they're gonna come through all of that and...
Spaceport reports enemy contact.
Okay, yeah, they're gonna sweep through all of that again. Well, I think I may just hunker down, turtle, and just raise everything up as we go. But, I mean, I made a prediction at the beginning of the stream that this was gonna probably just or this war was going to take the entirety of the stream, and you know what, I was pretty correct on that one. So this is going to carry over to the next stream. You love a mega war. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's been interesting just seeing how everything goes. It's just because of how many people are involved, how much of the galaxy, like, I mean, honestly, gonna say, can I sort by that? So
Spaceport reports enemy contact. Spaceport lost to enemy action.
okay, right, so the enigmatic observers are not in the war, but the Vun Okon remnant, the militant isolists are. They are. Okay, no, that's a different war. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that more makes sense. So machine intelligence are involved in the war. Yes, this is indeed Galaxy War 1, because let me just go through. So the two precursor races are not involved in this war. The Vun Okon remnant are involved in a war, but not our war. These ones with the species name in grey, splintered species, are pre-FTLs, so they are not involved. We have a hive mind here who is not involved. We've got the mercenary enclaves, all of these up here, and like the artist enclave, shroud walkers and things, which are not involved because I don't think they can be involved. Another hive mind which is not involved, and then the Cerulean, so these guys are not involved. So basically that's two hive minds, the precursors, and one non-hive mind race. Everyone else is involved. Like, everyone else. So you can obviously see who pretty much is and isn't part of the war, because everyone in blue, I believe, yeah, everyone in blue is on our side. Everyone in yellow,
Spaceport lost to enemy action.
I think, is on the opposing. No, I'm not 100% sure, but either way, yes, this is Galaxy War 1. This is indeed Galaxy War 1. And I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I did not expect that this was going to happen. Okay, yeah, they're coming through and now they are absolutely stomping me, unfortunately. The horrors of space mustard gas. I mean, it's more like the solar storms. We had one of those. We actually had one of those earlier, which obviously had an impact in like the shield regeneration and sublight speed of all of our ships from everyone. So I think that's the space equivalent of mustard gas. Yeah, I was going to say, what are we losing here? Dark matter, probably because we have it. There we go. The alt is that one. No, we're just losing dark matter for no reason at the moment. Okay, we're probably going to lose quite a lot of that there, so let's see, where are you? You're up there. And the Dark Abyss is also up there, so we'll move you down to Biv. And hopefully we'll be able to do... Actually, no, we'll go Imoletto. I'll leave you at Biv, but I'll move the other two down to Imoletto because this does have a thing, but it... Okay, 2 iron cannons. Those are going to be expensive. Those are going to take forever to build. We've got new technology. We've got a bit more naval capacity. Okay, what can we get now? Fleet command limit, strike craft damage, major capital buildings, resources from jobs plus 30%. I think I'll just go for the climate restoration and get a quick reroll, relatively speaking, on that one. A scientist, so we need... Wait, what were you researching? Society, the green one. Okay, I'll just put you in there. For now. Okay, 17 months for the minerals from jobs, 8 months for the shield hit points. Unfortunately, we are being torn apart here by the Zukakan Confederacy because they've got huge fleets and we can't overly compete with that. No, seeing as we are... Oh wow, okay. We're getting almost 100 energy from selling the dark matter. Because they have alloy prices crashed, they have. Let's sell... our
Military station
consumer goods, because we've just hit the cap on that one. Okay, that was a scientist that did just die, so I don't need to replace another one just yet.
Military station lost.
Yeah, that's 82,000. Gonna say I'm gonna get you two to move over here. Actually, no. I'll get you to heal up, because you're about 50%. And... you are, oh my goodness, 3% armor. That is dangerous. Okay. But 82,000 there, and hopefully with a few fleets and defense platforms, we should be able to get at least some reinforcements here. So that obviously takes up 8. So 8, 16, yeah. If obviously this had one more, we'd be able to get a third ion cannon in. Okay, rivalry, yep. And, okay, yeah, you've started to claim systems that you've taken over.
All Anvil ground elements have been completely overrun. The planet is lost.
Okay, so Mathrap and Besnar, so you've grabbed some places back. Oh. So Besnar, gonna say is probably up here. Yep. Gonna say that's probably up there. Recovered asset has fully healed. That's nice to see. So yeah, unfortunately we now have the war on our borders, and 130, so 220, 320. Little bit tricky for us to deal with at the moment. Hey, just having a check, our limit for energy credits is 120,000. So we could remove that, get those 40 back. Just check all of the ones where we're buying and selling. That is all fine. Okay, where are you? Okay, you are heading and trying to take over these systems then. But maybe we'll need to have a look at things.
Taking evasive action.
Yeah, Grunor Prime should pretty much be expected there. Okay, so... there we go, that's the maximum we can do. Okay, you know what, I'm gonna send those iron cannons right down to the bottom and just get the defense platforms done, because that will give us at least a little bit. Okay, scientist was killed and ships were destroyed. Okay, that is unfortunate on all accounts. Okay, we've got a Fortress Terror fleet coming in. Where are you guys coming in then? Or are you not actually going to... okay, right, they didn't turn up on our radar because they are technically a neutral fleet, but unfortunately we have 67,000 there, 46,000 there. Yeah, we don't have...
all Anvil ground elements have been completely overrun.
I'm gonna move you down, so that will be 43 plus 34, 77, 87, 90,000.
Incoming enemy ground forces.
90,000. Oh gosh, I'm really not sure because we do have defensive platforms here. Obviously we've got iron cannons. Do I... Oh, I can do that. So we can do one of those.
Science division.
Okay, how many of these do I need to get rid of? Missing 2 slots. Okay, so I can do that. I can upgrade all of these. I can send that one down to the bottom, so those get upgraded. No, I want you to move back up there. We've got research done, shield hit points. Okay, thanks. Energy credits from jobs, science nexus, quantum catapult, energy weapon attack speed. I think I'm going to go for the energy credits and get that up, even though we're not really needing too much money at the moment. It's probably still going to be a good idea. Okay, we've got 193. No, that's the whole point. It's 133,000. We're going to get torn apart here.
Spaceport reports enemy contact.
Okay, you know what? Just leave. Just try and leave. Well, actually, you know what? We'll do a choke point. Well, I changed my mind. So we'll do defense platforms there. That can actually hold 33. That can actually hold 33. So if we come back here, because this is a choke point. Like, this is a choke point for our systems. Oh, thank goodness, we do have friendly fleets down here. How many do we have? Let me just see in amongst all of the chaos. Okay, so that's 231, 245,000. Okay, so we're going to be good because we do have, thankfully, friendly fleets and reinforcements coming through and actually liberating those systems for us. So, thank you, allies. We're actually going to get some defensive capabilities back. Okay, the coast has gone AWOL, thankfully, not completely destroyed. And yes, allies indeed. I don't know if you saw the chaos of when I initially declared this war, but it was... So the Holy Zukakan Confederacy had removed or had taken away the guarantee independence of MSI. So I tried to think and scheme and calculate, but I miscalculated and ended up declaring war against them when they were having their independence guaranteed. But then everyone else managed to jump in on the war regardless, So let me just add that back up. A Galactic Franz Ferdinand. Oh. Oh, more like, oh, what was his name?
All Anvil ground elements have been completely overrun. The planet is
Oh,
lost.
the assassin. I can't remember his name, of the Black Hand Gang. Is more like that. Yes, Princip. Thank you, Gravillo Princip. I'm more like him. Trying to do something, screwing up, and then accidentally dragging every single person into a war. Okay, thankfully we're getting some of our systems back. I could probably reduce the amount of food I'm selling.
Skywatch has cited
In a world full of Franz Ferdinands, be a Guerrillo Princip, I'm not sure that's something you really want to do. I'm not sure that's something you really want to be. Okay, so this is the readied shield. We are supporting it. Council denouncement. What? The Galactic Council could propose a resolution to denounce unfriendly members of the galactic community, rendering them vulnerable to any sanctions that have been passed. No! No! Don't denounce me! Oh, jeez. Oh my goodness. Okay, I didn't realise I was going to be denounced.
All Anvil ground elements have been completely overrun. The planet is lost.
Okay. Right, I think honestly there's not really much I can do other than just sit here and wait and cower. So one thing I will do is I will actually start building up the defensive platforms, because obviously those are going to be needed. Those are definitely going to be needed. Thankfully we do have a bunch of the friendly fleets around here going around and battling for us. So I'm going to take a very, very quick break because it is almost 9 o'clock, and anyone who's been around for any of my streams knows what that means. It means it's time for me to go and answer to my kiddie's demands and get him his supper. So I will be back momentarily. I'll leave the game running just on normal speed, because hopefully nothing will be happening. Nothing interesting will be happening in that time. Famous last words, eh? And I'll be back in a moment.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
Okay, there we go. Kitty has been fed, slash he is getting his food. Oh, and good. Good. I am back in time just for some pirates. That is the last thing I need. That is the last thing I need. So the Nyamba system all the way up there. They must be dealt with. I mean, technically yes. Technically yes, because they're going to be a pain otherwise. 3,300. Fine, and technology. Okay. I think I'll go for Marauder missiles. Relatively cheap, level 5. I think that is the last level for that one. So we'll be able to get that. Here we are, losing a little bit of money. Probably just because of all the systems that we have that have been occupied by other people. Okay, apparently we lost another one. Oh, I was going to say lost another one, but it's obviously Nyamba up there. Lost to the pirates rather than one of our enemies. Which, speaking of, okay. So we do still have 2 more unoccupied claims. So obviously war exhaustion plus 58. So when that goes up to 100, so that will be 42, so that will be 226. Then obviously we'll need more occupation. Hopefully we'll get that when we get the other unoccupied planets and systems. Then demanding surrender and make tributary are both minus 200, but hopefully we'll be able to work that through without too much trouble. And I'm just thankful that the AI is at least relatively competent when it comes to warfare in this game, because I would not be wanting to trust them if they were less capable, let me just say. Oh god. I've seen that symbol before, but I can't remember. I think that might be the symbol for a juggernaut. Yes. I just love that. Unfortunately, we can't see the ship details because we do not have enough intel, but honestly, that is just so pretty. You can see all the weapons there and just gorgeous. Yeah, I was thinking that I recognized that symbol, and indeed I do. Okay, coast is still returning in about 2 months. Less than, which thankfully will be useful. Iron cannon almost done. That will also be useful. So I don't quite know what happened to the fleet that was attacking us. I think they may have jumped. And by that I do mean I think they did a yes. A jump drive jump. So they're probably gonna join back up, come back in here, and then there's just going to be... We're going to have our territories fought over, I can imagine. We're just going to have our territories all fought over, all over there. So, Etan, we could probably... We did get the level 3, didn't we? Yes. There we go. Number of slots for new districts is equal to 0. Okay, so we can do 2 more. So it would be tempting. So obviously alloys, trade value and amenities. Whereas this turns amenities into stuff. So I think I'll actually do 2 of those, and then we can get another industrial district and another trade district when we upgrade to the level 3. I believe that is the last one. I believe you can only upgrade a habitat to level 3. At maximum, and there's nothing beyond it, because it is intended to be obviously nothing like a planet. It's just intended to be more of a temporary measure. That's not the right word. Just an option to give like extra capacity for people. Just when you've obviously run out of planet space. Okay, no, they did not come through, at least not that I can see, and attack us. So one thing I will have a quick look at is how are people's opinions of us going. Okay, so no, not rivaling, but you're not in the Federation, not rival, not rival, not rival, rivaling. Okay, so the Athenian multitude. Yep, okay. So we do need, we've already got someone there improving relations. So how about, okay, we're already sending 2 people there, so let's try a third. Let's try a third one then. So ask for Federation status. Okay, right, we cannot propose this because they've declared us a rival, but we can ask for association. No, we cannot because they've declared us a rival.
Spaceport reports enemy contact.
Okay, right. If anyone knows any way to immediately stop someone from rivaling you, it would be appreciated, because I kind of need that. Okay, we do have habitability modification. And ecological adaptation. Habitability, I'll just grab that one. That will be done in 2 years.
Spaceport lost to enemy action.
I thought I sent... I thought I sent you up there to take care of that. And the coast is back there. Okay, so in full command, thankfully. Ah. Right, I was wondering, because I can't quite see everywhere over there. That's back to 200,000. Hopefully they've got 200,000 fleet power. But I think for now we're doing okay. Okay, repeal major sanctions. Okay, we are voting for that one. And that was called in as an emergency measure. Independent tribunals.
Incoming enemy ground forces.
Oh. Well, okay, fair enough. Yep, Deneb is being assaulted once again. Deneb is not having much fun at the moment. But thankfully, once again, we do have our good buddies helping us out on that front. So what do we need? 30,000 for 96 ships. And of course, yes, because we can actually... If I disband that, because we can actually get a few more things. We can't get any more Titans, unfortunately, but we can get a couple more of the other ones. So let's do what was that? 24, 10, 6. Okay, so that's 296. So what if I do that and that leaves us with 10 naval capacity. Okay, 120 ships for almost 40,000 alloys. Okay, honestly, I'm just waiting for the war exhaustion to hit 60% for our enemies, for our opponents in the war. And then I will probably think about wrapping this up for the night. Little bit of a shorter stream because I did start a bit later, and we've honestly, probably the next stream is just going to be us fighting this war to its conclusion, because it is just going to be losing territory, taking it back, losing territory, taking it back, just for the whole entire stream like it was today. But at least there's other things that goes on. at least there's other things where you have to deal with technology, you have to deal with politics and such, and you have to balance the war and everything. So it's not been it's not like the war's been the full focus of the stream, thankfully. Obviously you are coming in here, 80,000. So obviously I do want to have a look, so
Spaceport reports enemy contact.
yeah, so they are rivaling us. We're neutral. Okay, you know what I think I'm actually going to do? So I'm actually going to change one of you. I'm going to put you on spying so we can actually get intel. So we can actually start getting intel on you. Because obviously acceptance minus 665, we do not have enough intel to see why they are not friendly with us, at least for the moment. Has something shot up in price? No, not that I can see. Has something reduced in price? I mean, not really. So I think it's just obviously all the systems that we keep on gaining and losing are just impacting that. So while I'm waiting on that to go to 60%, let me just go and have a look and get set up for a potential raid and just see who's online and see who we might want to go and say hello to, because oh my goodness, there's a load of people on today. There is a load of people on today. Okay, we've got a fair few people playing RimWorld, Aircraft Carrier, Survival, Final Fantasy, Fortnite, Zero Build, and Pixel RGB doing Open Hexagon. So I might be tempted to go and raid Open RGB because new streamer needs support. Let me just have a quick look. Okay, only been streaming for 45 minutes. So if they are still online, I might be tempted to go and raid them. 61 followers. But we'll leave that for the moment. We are still on I'm still on 59% war exhaustion. We're obviously getting beaten down a fair bit. Okay, I'm gonna get you to move back down. We'll sacrifice Biv if necessary. And I'll get you to come back down here and obviously regroup on this sector. And hopefully that will be a decent amount. A decent amount for us. I'm just waiting for this to take like half an hour to get to 60% just because of how everything is running at the moment. So I've got it on fastest speed, it's processing fine. It's just the amount of stuff that's obviously happening. Any percent increase in war exhaustion is just going to be, well, not necessarily minuscule, but it's just going to be divided over quite a lot of different things. I'm going to say just wait for the game to finish saving. And how much do we actually need for the next... not too much actually, just 17 months. Okay, League of Rin and Vun Okon Remnant are now at war. Okay, thankfully the game sounds haven't completely gone. It does do that sometimes for me. I don't know why, but sometimes it just decides to silence itself. How is... yeah, still pretty tricky.
Incoming enemy ground forces.
Though minus 115, so that's gone up again. So 59 on war exhaustion, 26 on occupation. Besnar is still unoccupied. But hopefully soon we'll be able to grab that one.
All Anvil ground elements have been completely overrun. The planet is lost. Military station lost to enemy action.
So just give me a moment, because I'm just thinking things through, because what can I do in terms of getting fleet back? Because we've got 95,000 energy credits. Alloys are fairly expensive at the moment, so it's not even really like we can buy a bunch of them cheaply. There we go, we've just hit 60%. Okay, right. I will snooze that ad, because we do not want one popping up when I'm wrapping the stream up. So I will pause here and we will save. So we've still got quite a few 100 years to go. We've still got over 500 years before the actual end of the game. Let me just move over to my transition screen and exit out of Stellaris. But yeah, so a little bit shorter stream, started a bit later, finishing a bit earlier, but hopefully that is a good place to leave it for the moment. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the stream, despite the fact that it was just non-stop war for the entire thing. And honestly, the next stream is probably just going to be more of the same, whittling down our opponents until they get to 100% war exhaustion. Yeah, thank you for coming by and subscribing as well, Prez. Very much appreciated there. Thank you. And thank you goes out to everyone else who's popped by, chatted, lurked, just rested and enjoyed the stream, whatever. It is all very, very much appreciated. So I think we are going to go and raid Pixel RGB. So I do have a request for people. So when you raid into someone, you don't actually count as a viewer. Because Pixel RGB is a new streamer, still trying to get things set up, if you do follow me into the raid, if you could go to the URL, remove the refer raid section and refresh, because you will then count as a viewer for them. If you could do that, that would be very, very much appreciated, just to help get the metrics up. So speaking of, we do have a raid message, and let me just actually get the raid set up. So Pixel _RGB. So that should be created. Yep, there we go. Okay, so once again, thank you very much everyone for stopping by. If you could indeed do the remove, refer and refresh when you join, just to get the metrics up, that would indeed be appreciated. Hopefully next stream should be in just a couple of days' time, where we're going to wrap up this Great Galactic War and see where things take us from there. But for now, thank you very much everyone. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again next time. Bye bye for now.